What's going on, guys? It's Corbin here from acousticworld.net, coming at you with a few ways that you can make money, mad money, playing guitar. Obviously, this is like $7, but stay tuned because some of these ideas are going to be pretty outside the box, probably some things you haven't necessarily thought of before. And a lot of people, if you grew up like me, people tell you that you can't really make any money doing what you like, whether that's writing or songwriting or playing an instrument, if you're a creative type like me. So it's time to bust some myths and we'll jump right into it here. So a couple ways to make money playing guitar. First of all, you can do busking. This is a great way to also get experience, like playing in front of people, and it takes some pressure off of you because it's not necessarily like a gig because no one has hired you to play. Instead, you are just and you can do this anywhere, like in your neighborhood or like in a busier downtown center. And that's the other nice thing is you can kind of choose a venue that's like the level of busyness is aligns with what you're comfortable with, like how many people you're looking to play for. And you can do that and just put out like a tip jar or something and, make some money that way. The other option would be doing live gigs. A lot of places like bars, coffee shops, will either pay you or allow you to, ask for tips or do both. So that is another option if you're more experienced and want to go that route. Now, on the more creative side of things, well, let's say this first. The other thing you can do is teaching people, and there are a few different ways to go about this. So obviously the traditional way is something like, just doing in-person lessons. And again, what I would encourage you to do, kind of like the busking, is you can start off just in a very low pressure kind of way, and start off just helping people for free. I've had friends in my life, roommates especially, because they hear you playing and then they get really interested in learning to play themselves. So if you have anyone in your life who has expressed an interest in playing, you can kind of help them out for free as a test run for both of you, both to see like how good at it you actually are and whether you even enjoy doing it in the first place. And that way it just takes the pressure off of everyone because they don't have to pay you if they don't necessarily have a good experience, and you don't get locked into this like relationship that you might not even know if you enjoy doing it yet. So it's a way to kind of test the waters. But now I'll take you into like some of the more I guess outside the box opportunities that are available just with technology today. And if you are, let's say, you don't even have to be tech savvy, but if you find that you enjoy teaching in person, what you can do is do what I'm doing and start a YouTube channel, or you can start a blog. This was kind of a natural outgrowth for me because my career is actually in writing. I'm a writer by profession, so I actually started acousticworld.net first, just as a blog, and slowly scaled it up to starting to make videos because personally I'm more of an introvert. I just like sitting in my room in my pajamas writing and not necessarily like teaching lots of people or performing for tons of people or even being on camera is sometimes hard for me to work myself up to do. So this was a natural sort of extension for me. But that's the cool thing about all the opportunities that exist today online or otherwise, is you can find something that kind of aligns with your personality and your interests and what you are comfortable with. So as a writer, a blog was a natural choice for me. And Acoustic World started getting thousands of page views a month just while I was doing it for fun while in college. And so it showed me that there was actually an interest for the things that I was trying to write about and help people with. And so only from there did I start like making the YouTube videos, and I'm just getting more into that now. But either of those are good options for you if you want to try to earn some money from your musical skills online, and if that interests you, that's something you can definitely look into. And again, you can do lessons, you can write, you could, here's the other thing I realized is, I don't do like Skype lessons. I don't teach people in person or anything like that, because I realized that doing stuff like this and writing on the blog, um, I get to reach much more people for the same amount of time that I'm putting in, if that makes sense. So it's very scalable, not in the sense that I'm making tons of money from doing this, because I'm not at all, as you can probably imagine. But, you know, teaching people this way on these platforms allows me to reach tens of thousands of people every single month. Whereas, like, if I was just, if I was giving lessons with someone in person, that's rewarding for its own reasons. Like, you get to kind of help people in person and see how they progress. You probably become a better teacher, honestly, with that whole dynamic. But you maybe help, I don't know, 10 people a month at most. And even then, it's hard to balance that if you have an actual full-time kind of job doing something else, which I do. So these are all kind of things to think about, but I hope that kind of gave you some outside the box ideas of how, it is possible to earn some money playing guitar. And again, it's not necessarily like, you don't need to go into this full throttle hoping to replace your whole income. You can just sort of start small, start helping people for free, and see if it's something you like to do. You can slowly put more time into it, scale it up, and make it more of a professional offering if you find that it's something you enjoy. And just as a side note, if you're interested in entrepreneurship in general, first of all, you can always ask me about that stuff, because I love talking to people about it. But everything, I'm like a freelance writer, for those of you who don't know, by trade. So, everything I've done that's involved in like an entrepreneurial endeavor, I've started from these same principles that I was just talking about. So you start small, you help people for free, you get testimonials. If you like what you're doing, if people tell you you're good at it, if you feel like you can help more people, you can slowly start charging money for what you do if you want. And, you slowly ramp up the business that way. And, that's really the way to go about it. You don't have to quit your job and like start trying to like start a business by working 80 hours per week and like, or start a startup and hire like 95 employees, even though you don't have any cash flow. These are all kind of things that, used to be the way of doing things back before it was possible to get something going for yourself online just very easily. So, even now when I talk to people who own businesses that are kind of old school, they're like, I don't know, everyone's idea of what a business is, who's like Gen X or older, is kind of like they picture having at least a dozen employees and like physical office space, and you need to have like company vehicles and an LLC and like your business perfectly set up. And today that's really just not true. You can just start something small, iterate, see if it's successful, see if you like doing it, and slowly scale it up. And you can do it while you're in school, which is what I did, or while you have another job doing something else. And it really doesn't have to be this crazy, a lot of people start businesses to become free from their, from the rat race or from a very stressful job, and they just end up creating some very stressful enterprise when they really don't need to. That's not what your business has to be if you don't want it to be. So just kind of things to think about, guys. I know this is a pretty different video from what I usually do here, but hopefully it helps some of you guys out. And again, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, hit me up in the comments, or if you go to acousticworld.net, there's a contact section on there if you want to shoot me an email and like ask about any of this stuff. But that's really it. And don't forget, you can get chords, tabs, video lessons, and all that good stuff by going to acousticworld.net/songs, or I'll leave a link in the description and or comments section below. So thanks, leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.